Hi there, this is Josh with Ohio State Sports Medicine. We're gonna work today on some exercises for your low back and for your hips. So we're gonna start by getting down on the floor here on this mat. We're gonna go hands and knees. All right, you ready? So what we're gonna start with here, we're on our hands and knees, and we're gonna take our right hand and we're gonna reach straight out, and we're gonna take our left foot, our opposite side foot, and reach straight back. And we're just gonna have this balance right here, and then we're slowly gonna bring that back down to the mat, and then we're gonna switch and go with our other hand and our other foot. So we go all the way out, get that nice balance, come all the way back down, and we're gonna alternate this until we have 8 reps with each side. Now to the next exercise. The next exercise we're doing is a glute bridge. So we're gonna start here on the mat and we're gonna roll over to our back. So step through. Good, and now go ahead and sit back. And you're gonna have your heels in close to your glutes, so go ahead and bend those knees, and you're gonna squeeze through your glutes and drive your hips into the air. Fast up, and then slow on the way down. Think about counting to 3 in your head, and then squeeze those glutes and go right back up. Slow on the way down. You wanna make sure you're pushing your heels, and you're feeling it in your hamstrings in the back of your thigh. And now for the next exercise. And now for our next exercise, we're gonna do a banded clamshell. So I'm gonna take my mini band, I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna put this band up around my knees. Once I'm here, I'm gonna roll over to my side. I'm gonna keep my heels together and keep my hips stacked up right on top of each other. And I'm gonna raise my knee as high as I can, and then slowly return it back to the starting position. I'm gonna do 10 reps on each side. And on to the next exercise. For the next exercise, we're gonna do a lying figure 4 stretch. So I'm gonna start in a seated position, my legs in front of me. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my ankle and set it up right on top of my knee. Now I'm just gonna lay back to my back, take 2 hands, hook them through, so I'm reaching through the figure 4, and I'm gonna pull this knee into my chest as far as I can and get this great stretch through my glute all the way down here on my abductor there. Hold this stretch for 20 to 30 seconds each leg. And on to the next exercise. For our next exercise, we're gonna do 90-90 hip mobility. So we're gonna start seated with our knees bent. And we wanna have a good 2 feet of space between our heels at least, maybe a little bit more. Now I can set this up sitting up, or if I need to, I can lay all the way down on my back. Whatever's more comfortable, I'm gonna sit up. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send both of my knees to one side. So both of my knees over to my right. And once I get here, I'm gonna make some adjustments for that 90-90. I wanna have 90 degrees at both knees and at my hips. Once I've got my 90-90, now I can just hold the position for a couple seconds and then keep my heels in the floor as I windshield wiper my knees over to the other side. I'm gonna hold this for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then windshield wiper back over again. Hold for a couple seconds, windshield wiper back. And I'm gonna end up doing this until I've gone each way 10 to 15 times. And now for our next exercise. For our last stretch, we're gonna hop into something that may be familiar for you yogis out there, a child's pose. So what I wanna do is set up with my knees nice and wide, right out to the edges of my mat here, and I'm gonna crawl my hands forward, And then I'm just gonna keep my hands planted as I sit my hips back toward my heels. I'm gonna let my forehead go all the way down to the mat and try to keep my arms as long as possible. And just settle into this stretch, breathing deep, letting my belly drop between my knees. I'm gonna hold this stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. And that's it.